Entrepreneurship is actually uncertainty. Every waking moment, you're in the dark. You can sign up for entrepreneurship, but doesn't mean you're made for it.
On social media, the term entrepreneurship is glorified a lot. People talk about lifestyle entrepreneur. You can go on Bali, use a laptop. I don't know how you get electricity there.
Chill at the beach, drink your
And you make a lot of
mojito.
money, right? But the truth is, it is not like that.
Running a business is like driving your car in heavy rain on a highway at like 200 km per hour. One hand, no visibility, still playing chess with 3 other passengers at the same time. It's like that.
Welcome to another episode of Man on a Mission Show.
Ooh, and we are on episode 24. So you can see at the back, we have our brand new set. I really like the Japanese style to it. It feels zen and wise.
Lots of wisdom.
Yeah, so we're going to bring more wisdom on the podcast. So without further ado, let's welcome our next guest, Lee Hao Ming. This guy has a long track record, right, for bringing in amazing brands into Singapore that impacts the market culturally, economically, and socially.
So it's quite rare, right? Because most of the time when we talk about brands and stuff like that, we usually talk about it more from the economical sense. But I think this particular business also brought in really big social impact as well, cultural impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to name a few, he brought together with his co-founder Artbox into Singapore. So they were known for their very nice hippie location, colored containers, and it's literally a lifestyle market for all the local brands in Singapore. And I recall that at one point they even brought in up to 700,000 visitors.
Wow, it's a huge amount.
Yeah, that's about almost 10% of the population in one place, you can imagine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the second one is House Coffee.
Oh, I've been there before. Love the space.
Do you
like
love
to
the
chill
coffee?
there. I'm not that big a coffee connoisseur, but I love how the curated space allows me to work there.
Exactly. So he brought this company from about 10 to 12 outlets, all the way scaling up to 30 outlets during the COVID period.
Wow.
Yeah, and even have his new roastery as well as a bakery.
Yeah.
Right? So that's amazing progress. And last but not least, now as the CEO of Louken Singapore, right? He has totally evolved the company from a brand consultancy firm to a venture builder firm today.
Interesting. I'd love to find out more, especially on the venture builder part.
Yeah, absolutely. Without further ado, let's welcome.
Hi, I'm Hao Ming. I'm the CEO of Louken Group, and I'm on the mission to make what matters possible. Hello, hi everyone. Thanks for having me at this podcast. One fun fact about myself, I think most people like to ask me about this, like how long is actually my hair?
Next question.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common question people like to ask me
Yeah.
because I don't think it's a common hairstyle.
Yeah.
I had this for like 7 years already. Yeah,
Wow,
7 years
okay.
already, if I'm not wrong. So long that I don't remember. But yeah, it's actually as long as my entire back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
shocking.
it's longer than
Wow.
most female hair.
Yeah,
actually.
absolutely.
And I actually had this because of Artbox.
Oh.
Because earlier you mentioned about having so many people turning up at the event, so it's extremely crowded, right? And during back then, a lot of my crew, my teammates or my colleagues, they couldn't find me in the crowd. So I decided that
funny problem.
Yeah, so they couldn't find me. They always like call and then they'll ping me on the walkie and then they'll be
see.
like, "How Ming, where are you?" and all that. And I'm waving and waving. Like, they can't see it. So I tie my hair up.
Oh,
So I tied my hair up, and after a while, it just became part of my branding already.
Wow.
Like, I just never took it down after that. Yeah, and it just started growing and growing.
So,
and
so it
growing.
was from
Wow.
Artbox, you left it along all the way until now.
I mean, I do trim it lah. Don't don't make it sound as though like so unhygienic. But yeah, but I do trim it and definitely maintain it. But it's been a while. It's been a while.
Wow. And
Yeah.
definitely when you see a man bun on the streets, you can
Yeah.
second guess it to
Yeah, I can't keep a low profile because of it. Because even COVID,
sure.
right? We
Yeah.
wear the face mask and all that. People still remember or recognize, and it's so embarrassing because when people are wearing face masks,
Yeah.
I couldn't recognize them, so I feel bad. I was like, "Oh, sorry, who are you?" Yeah, but yeah, I think it's something that I'll still keep for a while more. I always tell myself once I'm done with what I set out to do in life, in career, it will be the day I cut it off.
Wow.
So
Love
So how
it.
close are you?
I don't know, but the day you see me without the bun anymore, then you know that okay, he must have achieved what he really set out to do in life already.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's
So
go deeper into that, man. We want to hear about your stories, how you started these ideas, and how do you create the ecosystem to where it has been right now. And we
Yeah.
want to hear the challenges you face and, learning things for entrepreneurs while watching this as well. Some things
Yeah.
to take note. And I can tell, audience can tell as well, you're pretty young yourself.
okay lah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say young anymore. I mean, I feel young at heart for sure, but but not that young anymore. I'm 37 this year actually.
Oh, look very young.
So yeah, I would think that I'm creeping up,
Okay.
creeping up to age already.
Soon,
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
And what was the age when you started Artbox?
If I'm not wrong, 28.
Oh,
So about 9 years ago, 28, 29.
yeah.
Thereabouts. Can't remember the exact year. But if I'm not wrong, it's 2029. This was 2017.
Yeah. And how
Yeah.
long was it before you sold that company off?
Exited end of 2019.
Oh, that's a short period.
Yeah,
About
so it's
2,
about
3
three
years.
about 3 years.
Yeah.
So did Artbox quite a number of times. In Singapore, we did 3 times. So 2017, 2018, 2019. Then we did it in Malaysia as well for 2018 and 2019. So
I
did
see.
about 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah, but alongside, definitely work with the team, as well as back then Ken is a very, I mean, he's a very very good partner, right, to have, and he has his company. I was part of it as a regional head of strategy.
Right.
So was working on events like lifestyle events from small scale to large scales. I mean, till today, Ken and his team is still doing lifestyle events, and still making sure that Singapore has lots of experiential events to go to,
Yeah.
content that they are trying to bring from overseas. And I heard that it's expanding overseas as well. So
I see.
I mean, go on him, because surviving across COVID doing with events is not
Yeah.
easy at all.
Yeah, definitely not.
So yeah, but
I
I
mean-
kind of like dodged a bullet lah for me, because I left just before COVID.
Yeah, I can vouch for
Um,
that event industry, your background.
Yeah,
Oh my
very,
God.
She's a
very tough, right?
magician of 15 years.
Oh, okay.
she
Yeah,
also
you do have
stopped.
the you do look like you have some magic up your sleeve.
顺动.
One day I'll bring fire to the podcast. Maybe not.
So, did you expect such insane success for Artbox?
No, definitely not. I mean, still remember the first year, me and Ken, and I'll never forget this experience, because we were in Bangkok, to meet the founders of Artbox, and because I got their contact through a friend, through one of the Thai vendors that I have as my contact.
Yeah.
And I was just texting the one of the co-founders before we flew to Bangkok, and supposed to meet up there, to talk about this. When we arrived, she disappeared.
Oh,
Oh.
Like, yeah,
my gosh.
wasn't replying or anything. And so apparently, because I think there was some news that Artbox might be coming to Singapore, and then people from Singapore were just like contacting them. So she got a bit like frustrated with it, so she changed number.
Oh.
So yeah,
okay.
so I told Ken, like, why, since we're in Bangkok already, let's just go to Artbox and knock on the door, or their management office or whatever it is, and just knock on it and just see how it goes. So that's what we did. We went there, knocked on the door, said that, hey, I'm here, supposed to have a meeting. And yeah, I think we had that meeting. Of course, me and Ken spoke about it in the hotel later that night, because it was just 2 months to the event date,
Wow.
and it was so super rush.
Super.
And we didn't really exactly have the experience to do such a large scale event, especially in a new venue in Marina Bay.
Yeah.
So it was very nerve wracking to even talk about it, because back then it's like 28, 29 years old. What do we know, right? It's like, but I think what we didn't know made us braver in some sense, because you don't know, it's what you don't know, then it doesn't, so you don't know what you don't know, so it doesn't, you have a lot of courage in just saying that, since not sure, just do lah. Yeah, so we went with the just do it kind of attitude, and we went ahead. We were expecting maybe 200,000 people to turn up, or even 100,000 people to turn up over the course of 6 days.
Yeah.
But the first event we had, I think, easily 600,000,
Wow.
500 to
Wow.
600,000. It's only the second year that it became
It
even
went up.
bigger. It's like 700,000, close to 800,000 people turning up over 6 days, which was mad because the first day itself, for 2017, the first edition, I still remember because it was raining so heavily before the event.
Oh,
So our heart,
that was tough.
yeah, of course, our heart sank, right? Because after all the preparation,
Yeah.
then you see the dark clouds coming and then you see the rain coming. It's just like, oh my God, whatever that you think might go wrong is actually going wrong. And
Events always has this thing called
it-
Murphy's Law, right?
exactly, and we did all the ritual you can think about, right? All the like get your chili padi, get your virgin to plant it and so on, right?
Apparently, that's a thing, you know.
It's a thing. It's a
It
thing
is
in the
so
events
much.
industry,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it didn't. Maybe they weren't truthful about the version, but but I don't know. So anyway, it was very nerve wracking at that point in time because it was raining very heavily, and there was semi flash flooding, and then when events you got a lot of electrical wires and all that things were tripping,
Yeah.
the power were tripping and all that kind of stuff. So in the end, I think an hour into the event, the rain stopped, and the amount of crowd that just flooded into the event was insane. On the first day itself, we already had maybe close to 150,000 people turning up,
Wow.
which is already what we expected over 6 days. So it was crazy. But I'll never forget that moment when we stood on top of the containers and just stared at the event with the backdrop of CBD, and we were so tired and we were just talking to each other, and I was just like, whatever it is, nobody could take away this moment away from us, lah.
Wow.
Because it's us against the world back then, right? Everyone was complaining about how crowded it was and this and that. There were a lot of naysayers before we started doing Artbox. People were saying that it's not possible. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. It's not going to be as successful as you think it would be, and things like that. There's a lot of naysayers. But at that moment, nothing of those things mattered, lah.
love it.
And the rest is history from there.
Wow.
What
Yeah.
gave you that kind of faith to go ahead with it? I mean, from a marketing standpoint,
Yeah.
wow, two months
That
Yeah.
is.
to
Yeah,
bring
it's
in an
insanity.
event,
Insane,
new venue, no
Yeah.
marketing yet. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
right?
yeah, there was
at that
no-
point in time.
Not much at all.
Besides, you say a bit of like I
bit
don't
of buzz.
know
Oh, I don't know what's going.
enough,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah, yeah.
that's strong. But was there
Yeah.
something else in there that you thought about or
Mm.
that gave you that trigger point? I should do this, even with
It
such
was-
tightness in the time and everything.
I think to me it was a rare opportunity, right? I mean, opportunities like that don't come by every day, and sometimes when it does come by, it's either you hop on the train and just go and see where it takes you, or you missed it altogether, right? And I think a lot of people tend to overthink too much sometimes. And at the point in time for us, we were like, look, it's make or break, right? It's either we do this and become the most like I don't know, the most successful or the biggest lifestyle event organizer in Singapore, or we remain as just what it is as just let's say back then we're just doing flea markets and all that, and or we just remain as doing flea markets, right? So it's just a question of like, do you want to do it and just take the opportunity, just take the leap of faith and just do it, and so that maybe you can make an impact, or just stay small and be satisfied with that. And we decided that staying small feels boring, and jumping off the cliff feels like there's an opportunity to at least create an impact. So this is what I told Ken back then. I remember this quite clearly. Is that if we don't do this, we'll most definitely stay small for a long time and maybe forever.
Yeah.
But if we do this, we might fail, but we might also succeed. You never know. So there's a chance,
Yeah.
right? There's a chance for success. There's a possibility, right? So just jump.
Wow, that's
You know, one common trait that we
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
with many guests that we interviewed is that it's their first leap of faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when they are young, they don't know much.
Yeah.
They have a little bit of that foolish
Yes,
courage, right?
exactly.
And they just
Young
go
and foolish, definitely.
Yeah, foolish. And
Yeah.
they just go ahead and they earn their first pot of gold.
Yeah.
So I think that is the beautiful part, especially for startups, for young entrepreneurs who are starting on this journey. I mean, you have a lifetime in front of you, right?
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to take that leap of faith
Yeah.
Yeah.
and to try whatever that is way beyond your dreams, right?
Yeah, I think it's like what they say, like you don't try it's 100% fail.
Yeah.
You try that it's maybe 2% success, but it's still 2%.
Exactly.
Because the
Exactly.
other one is 0%.
Exactly. And even if it's 2% of success, there are 98% is learning. To me, it's experience. And that's so important. So if you ask me, if you try, it's 100% win. Because even if you don't make it, it's a learning experience that will probably give you an extra edge to the next opportunity. So for me, that's my mindset.
Yeah.
I rather try and at least give it a shot, than to just sit back and just say that, like, it's just what it is, right? Then there's no meaning lah in life, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be very boring.
And is that considered your first remarkable success in your entrepreneur journey?
Definitely so. I would say the most notable one, the first notable one, right? I've done a few other things before that, but it's never been that big scale. So, but those other stuff, like I said, I think it's not that they weren't successful. It was successful in their own way.
Yeah.
But it all led up to that moment of that big notable one. So, like I said, I think small or big opportunity, should always just try.
Yeah,
Right? Of course, you
absolutely.
do certain calculated risks. As you grow older, you become less foolish lah. Right? So then you would actually you paid certain tuition fee across your journey and so on and so forth. And then over time, you start to realize that okay, you know how to make better decisions, but should never allow that fear to paralyze you to make decision at all. So I
Beautiful.
think that's something that I always feel that entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs should really have that mindset. Yeah.
So you earned such remarkable success at the age of 28, 29,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What do you think that did to your mindset, whether good or bad?
Good or bad? I mean, it definitely was a moment for me to learn about stuff that I think that we overestimated ourselves as well, right? Right, because like I said, I think we went into the event not knowing a lot of things, like, let's say, crowd management at that scale,
Yeah.
or how to manage chaos, right? At that scale as well, right? So there were a lot of learning experience. It shifted the mindset in terms of, even though it came at a very big wave of, let's say, success. I wouldn't call it success, to be honest, because if anyone would ask me or talk to me about, say, oh, you're doing very well, you're very successful, I don't exactly feel that. So I would say that back then when that happened, right, it was a wave of attention, and that also helped us to learn to humble ourselves as well, right? And really, because for a moment you would think like, oh wow, you're doing very well and all that, but you come to realize that it's not the end of it. It's actually the beginning of a very big responsibility, because after that you really have to start thinking through how to make this sustainable, right? Not just as a business, but how do you continuously create to have a platform that allows the brands or startup founders or even creative entrepreneurs to showcase their products or their missions, right? And it becomes a responsibility because every year you got to one up yourself.
Yeah.
So whatever success we think it is, you become a victim of that as well. So you're a victim of your own success. Because your first year is going to be like, wow, it's so big. Oh, it's doing very well.
Yeah.
Then your second year need to do better, right? You cannot downsize
The
because
pressure is there.
the
lah.
pressure is there because if you downsize, people will say that, oh, I don't think they're doing well. I think they're
Yeah.
maybe this idea, this concept is like not trending anymore. People will say this kind
Yeah,
of stuff, right?
okay.
There's always negativity,
Yeah.
and most people don't realize how pressurizing that is. Actually, it really it completely consumes you in terms of like wanting to make sure that you continuously have impact and do good. It's not easy at all to keep up with that pace. With that, right, it comes with a lot of negative stuff like burnout, sometimes even like anxiety issues, insomnia, maybe even like mild depression, and then you start to learn that how to cope with it, and you start to grow up lah. Your mindset will start to shift that it's not about others people and your other the people's opinion, right? And how to block out noise and to care for or to only focus on what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I learned that over the years, because initially it's like you're very worried about what everyone says, because
Yeah.
the comments just keep coming in.
Yeah.
Right? It's very public facing. Is be it on the social media platform, be it media, what they're saying. It's very public facing, and since then, 28, 29 years old, myself have been a very put onto a lot of public platform. So the scrutiny that I get, and all the different how people criticize the things you do, you're being judged all the time, right? So it plays with your mind initially, and then at that age you don't know how to handle it, because
Yeah.
this is new. It's a very new experience. So over time, you learn to focus what matters, and to block out certain noise and all that, because it doesn't matter what people say. There were very bad comments last time. It's like the first year. I still remember, like, because the traffic was really bad. And people would say things like, This Hao Ming," because they know who am I, right? Because of the media and all that.
Yeah.
People would say that, oh, he advised to plan your trip ahead, to make sure you have enough time to do parking, or to advise to take public transport rather than drive.
Yeah.
And you see in the comment, it's like, yeah, it's caused all this jam and all that. I hope he dies. Oh, very harsh. I was like, why? Yeah, but it is what
Very
it is, right?
malicious.
Yeah, I don't think people have the intention to be negative, but it's most people are very reactive to things, and after a while, you just realize that all these words don't matter. It really just don't. You just do what you believe in and continue at it. There'll always be people that will try to bring you down, and it's not important. After a while, you realize that there are a lot of people as well that are very appreciative of what we've done. And then that is what matters. So yeah, that's something that really shifted my mindset over the time since then. And this just helps me to cope with so much pressure all the time. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks
Yeah.
for that. That's a really vulnerable sharing of you.
Oh, it, yeah, it's quite like I normally don't talk about all these things, but
I
I
think it's
thought
important,
this is it's a good space to share this as well.
Yeah, I wanted to ask though, because I mean, for a lot of business owners, founders included, especially for us, because when we speak to founders and all that, sometimes we ask them to stand up to tell their stories, right? They become
Yeah.
more public facing. And we believe that that is one of the ways that, of course, people get to know the business, get to know the companies, right?
Yeah.
And really who and what it represents. But in the same vein, like you say, once you're public facing, you face all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Depression can come because of all this negativity and all that.
Yeah.
So how specifically do you deal with it? Like, was there certain way that you went about doing it? Because I think there will be quite a lot of different founders who are
Yeah.
in that kind of situation as well.
Very fearful of standing up in public
Yeah.
to really share what they believe in because of the scrutiny that they might get.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can completely understand that fear, right? Because I have to go through it so many times myself. After all, entrepreneur, founders, business owner, all this fancy title doesn't mean that you're not human anymore. We still have feelings, right?
Yeah.
So you still have fears and all that. But I come to learn that fear is like self-inflicted.
Oh,
It's a construct.
okay.
I see.
It's a construct that you yourself constructed it for yourself. So then if it's self-inflicted or self-constructed, then if it can be constructed by yourself, then it can be removed as well. I learned to just go ahead with whatever that I have in mind in terms of my belief, the values that I stand for, and be unapologetic about it to a certain extent. Because if I have to consider everyone's feeling all the time, then it's very hard to live like that. It's going to be so dreadful, right?
Yeah.
Of course, back then when I was younger and all that, of course, still learning, still trying to grow up, still trying to understand this new experience of being public facing and all that. Wasn't easy. Very stressful. So the stress turned into anxiety. Back then it was like every time the phone vibrates or rings, right, your heart was just like race.
Race.
Yeah, your beat very much. It's like you can't sleep. because every time there's a text or a call, right, you tune as though there's always a problem, there's always a fire to fight. Because every day is a new fire to go and put out or fight.
Yeah.
While you're putting out this fire, some new fire will sprout somewhere else. So
Yes.
every day is just challenges and problems every day, right? I used to joke like there's only 4 good days in a year, once every quarter.
Why?
Like a good day is like it's so good that you would ask your colleagues like, "Hey, today got no problem, like, hey, today got no meeting, meh?" You will doubt yourself. You doubt that there's no problem at all. Then you realize, hey, actually, today is quite a good day. But it only happens 4 times a year, only. Yeah, about there, only. I calculated. I was like, oh yeah, only 4 times a year. The rest of the 361 days, right? It's quite rainy, yeah. So this is entrepreneurship. So I mean, I start to build up certain routines, right?
Yeah.
Like I will always allow myself to sleep in on Saturday morning, for example.
Oh.
Right? No matter what it is, how important a supposedly meeting it is. Someone wants to meet me on Saturday morning, I will not meet. Unless it's life and death, lah. Of course, there's a line you
Yeah,
draw there, lah.
of course.
It cannot be like life and death. No, I don't want to meet you.
I
You
have
can,
to do my sleeping routine.
yeah. So of course there's some line draw, but it's like a discipline to rest.
Ah.
Yeah,
Discipline to rest.
yeah, I would actually schedule in rest because it's so hectic, right? Life is so hectic for to be an entrepreneur, to run your own business or to be doing what we are doing, right? It's you tend to forget to eat, you tend to forget to rest, you tend to forget to do anything that you want to do for yourself. So then you have to make a conscious effort to actually do it. Of course, over time, then it becomes a routine. Then it becomes part of you.
Yeah.
But you need to actually plan it. So initially, I had to plan it. Like, okay, Saturday morning, sleep in, right? Maybe Sunday, go for a walk or hike at Marriage Reservoir or whatever. For me, I like to connect back to nature, lah. It makes your problem feel small.
Oh,
So-
same. I love the sky.
Yeah, so you just stand there and then you
look at
stare at
the
the trees, you look at the water, and then you realize, actually my problem is not very big, lah. Yeah.
I think what I say is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
The discipline to rest. Because entrepreneurs have no problem being very productive.
Yeah,
And in fact, they are the slave drivers of the company. Right?
They have
So-
a problem with resting, not a
Yeah.
problem with productivity.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct, correct.
I admit that during my younger days doing startup as well, I have a lot of problems trying to rest. And I
Correct.
can go on days and days, even Saturday, Sunday, working
Correct.
non-stop just to meet that arbitrary deadline that I set for myself.
Correct.
And
You-
that's so taxing, right?
Yeah, because you feel like if you're not doing something for the business, then you're wasting time.
Yeah.
You feel like that.
Then
I
there's
don't
that
know.
guilt. Which
Yeah,
is
you
very
feel this
terrible.
guilt. Yeah,
Yeah.
you feel like, oh, I shouldn't be playing or I shouldn't be going out. And it's like, yeah, but it's actually not true. It's okay to rest. It's okay to have fun with your friends or to have social activities or even just do nothing.
Yeah. But
It's
even
really
this
okay.
discipline is hard because the
Yeah.
guilt is real.
Yeah, the guilt is
I
real.
think so.
Yeah, because you feel this extreme responsibility for could be your team, the people that you employ. It also could be a guilt or responsibility you feel from with your external like partners or stakeholders or clients.
Yeah.
You feel a need to be answerable for everything. There was this shift throughout this years, right? Was this mindset shift where because I used to think that every day there's some firefight, there's always problems.
Yeah.
There's like wow, like every day you just want to fight problems and you wake up to want to choose war like that. but I come to realize that the default setting in life is tough. The default setting it's life is not easy by default, right? Reason being is because you want to make things work. The minute when you're born till you leave, right? It's tough because you're trying to learn all the time. Even as a kid, as a baby, you try and learn how to walk, you try and learn how to talk, you try and learn something all the time. So it's always challenging. It's always going to be tough when you're learning things. So if the default setting is tough, then why wake up thinking about the default, which is tough? I start to change the way I look at things because when I wake up, I just like, today, it's tough lah, as usual. That's the default. So then what can I do to make it less tough? So then that shift in mindset was very important because I started appreciating the little joys in life. Like, today I got to eat lunch with my colleague. Wow, very happy. Because things like that, we take it for granted. Like going to lunch seems very important, very normal.
Yeah.
But in our schedule,
Yeah.
lunch is a privilege. To even have a bit of breather, or even meeting your friends for dinner on a weekdays, it's things we take for granted,
Yeah.
right? So when my default setting, I realize is life is always complicated or challenging or tough, right? Little things like that allows me to makes me feel less tough, like having lunch, meeting friends, maybe have 15 minutes to scroll TikTok. Oh, I feel good. You know. I feel like, it just became a bit less tough, like a bit of something happy, right? So you start to appreciate small things, and over time it becomes a habit that you start to like be less stressed. You become happier as a
Happier.
person.
Yeah. I love this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Because I think on social media, the term entrepreneurship is glorified a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, people talk about lifestyle entrepreneur. You can go on Bali, use a laptop. I don't know how you get electricity
Chill,
there.
chill at the beach,
Yeah.
drink your
And you make a lot of
mojito.
money,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
but the truth is, it is not like that.
It's not like that at all.
Yeah, it's
not
the
like that.
opposite, the entire opposite of that, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have been talking about some really real issues on entrepreneurship.
Yep.
Do you personally think that entrepreneurship is for everyone?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, for me, entrepreneurship, this word entrepreneur in the first place, I don't even think it's a designation to begin with. A lot of people, some people, they call themselves entrepreneur, as a, or people refer it as like almost like a title.
Yeah.
But I feel entrepreneurship is it's a spirit. It's a bunch of character traits as well.
I see.
Not so much as a occupation you can sign up for. You can try, but it may not be for you. It's just like being an engineer is occupation.
Yeah.
Let's say mechanical engineer. I can sign up for it, but I will most definitely fail at it. I don't know how to. I'm not
Don't
trained
give
in
him
it.
the wire.
I'm not built for it, right? I'm not built for mechanical engineering or let's say graphic designing.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can sign up for it, but doesn't mean I'll succeed in it.
Yeah.
So likewise, you can sign up for entrepreneurship, but doesn't mean you're made for it or you are built for this environment, right? And there's no good or bad about it. It's just like that. Like if
Yeah.
I fail at graphic designing, doesn't mean that I suck in life. It's just that I'm not inclined to, not artistic enough
Yeah.
to draw or whatever it is. So it's as simple as that. And because entrepreneurship, the amount of sacrifice you have to make, right? The price to pay, right? It's extremely high. Extremely high. A lot of people don't realize how painful it is
Yeah.
to go through this journey of entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurship is actually uncertainty. It's just a path of you don't know what you want. You don't know what you want, you don't know what's ahead. Every waking moment you're in the dark.
Yeah.
It's like there's no guidelines. There's no right or wrong. There's no book. I mean, there are books you can buy and they'll try to teach you what's entrepreneurship, but like
It's so
legit,
different. when
it's
you
so
experience,
different.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so different. I mean, it's to each his own because it's about being creative with the solution for a given problem statement, for example. And solutions, more often than not, the ones that are successful are the ones that are really creative about it. It's not something that's being taught out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they call it disruption, right? Because it never been thought about. Someone disrupted the industry because nobody thought about this. So then, how many disruption can there be, right? How many people can just be like coming like some brilliant idea and disrupt the whole industry? So I would say, entrepreneurship it's very very difficult. You need to have extreme high level of resilience, perseverance, and high level of tolerance for pain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like really a lot. And so then I think to be able to work in an environment where everyone everywhere and everything around you is on fire every day and be okay with it and put on smile on your face every day, be composed, have a million and one things in your head. You're trying to fit that million and one things into a box that constantly move
Yeah.
and change shape and still not let anything spill out. It's crazy. Even just talking about it, you have anxiety.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always tell my my partner, right, that wow, entrepreneurship, right, or running a business is like driving your car in like a heavy rain on a highway at like 200 km per hour, one hand, no visibility, still playing chess with three other passenger at the same time. It's like that.
Yeah.
Just imagine it. It sounds impossible, right? Yeah, because every day you're doing almost the impossible because you're challenging norms, you're trying to keep things alive, you're trying to be stable yet innovative, you're trying to be structured but yet fluid.
Yeah.
You're constantly in an oxymoron state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're constantly contradicting yourself because it's like when you're in stable phase, you're seek growth. When you're in growth, you seek stability. You are always like in opposite. You need to be risk-taking, to try new things, to be disruptive, but at the same time, you need to be grounded.
It's a game of insanity.
Yeah, it drives you nuts. After a while, you just in your mind, it's just like, well, I think I'm crazy, man.
Actually, I feel really quite emotional as we're talking about this. Just before our podcast today, I was just reading on social media that a very pretty young F&B owner committed suicide.
Oh, yeah.
And it was because of business happenings and stuff like that. And I think it's so tough, right? Knowing that you have all these to juggle, and sometimes
Yeah.
there are things that are really just even just out of what you think is possible,
Yeah.
right? Like we're not just dealing with business situation here.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's like some random Pokemon that come out.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever expect Black Swan or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and it just goes mad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really quite a
It is like every day you get heart attack, and
Yeah.
like it's like
Sure.
yeah, it's like every day there's some random curveball that will just like be thrown at you, like you just doing your own thing, thinking the day is normal. Somebody slap you like you just like you just like, "Hey, what happened? Like what's going on?" Then you like, oh, then before you can even react to that slap, right? Somebody slap you again on another
Yeah.
side. You're like, wait, what happened? It's like, that's
and the
entrepreneurship.
worst thing is sometimes it's like 不关我的事。
Yeah, yes, exactly. So the best part is it's actually not even you. It's not
not
even your
my
tai ji. Actually,
problem.
sometimes it's like, hey, it's not even my problem, but
Yeah.
it becomes your problem because everything is your problem actually.
Yes.
And then so you have to care for everyone, genuinely care some more. You cannot just like fake care because that's not right, right? So you genuinely care, being sincere, then you tend to neglect yourself. So then
yeah.
it's really a very dark space to be in. And people would think that like, oh, being an entrepreneur, being your own boss, you make a lot of money and all that. Oh, but I can tell you, no,
Not
you are the last to make any money. You help everyone else make money first, then if there's some scrap, you're very happy already. Like, oh,
Yeah.
thank you, got leftover, thanks a lot. But most of the time, you don't you pay everyone first. You pay everyone first. You pay all your partners, your employees, everybody first, and then finally yourself. And sometimes you forget that also,
Yeah.
right? Because you're very fixated on reinvesting it back to the business.
Correct.
So even you have some left, right? You won't take it. You'll be like, hey,
You'll
I got
second
some left.
guess,
Then you itchy hand again. Then like, hey, I think I can do more. Do
Yeah.
more. Then you reinvest, go and do it. Then actually, you don't earn anything. Yeah. So
Well, sounds very terrible to be
Yeah,
an
yeah,
entrepreneur for
which
sure.
actually goes to my next question that I want to ask. What makes it worth it then for you?
I like that concept.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people they do ask me that
Yeah.
question, or sometimes I ask myself that also.
Yes.
I mean, it's actually a very common question I ask myself almost every week. Yeah, every week, because when you're going through this, the time you'll be like, why am I in this?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this to myself? But at the end of the day, that the purpose matters a lot, right? The purpose, and it's to each his own. So everyone has different purpose. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So for me, it's really about creating true value for people. So I am I feel a lot of joy, right, when I get to see that what I'm doing is able to directly or indirectly bring true value to someone, be it as a memory, as bring people together as a community, or even helping a business to scale up, right? That itself, throughout my career, right? I mean, I didn't know about this, but over the time of the last 8, 9 years, right, I come to realize that what really brings me joy is creating value that matters, and making what matters possible. I talk a lot about the word possibilities a lot because it's not so much about a business that I want to leave behind, but I see business as a vehicle for change. So then what change am I trying to set out?
Yeah.
So then I asked myself a lot of that, and I realized that the change that I hope to leave behind is that people could have that glimmer of hope that it is possible if it matters enough to you.
Wow.
If something matters enough to you and you care enough for it, it is possible. It's only not possible if it's only impossible if you tell yourself that. So a lot of things that I've done have been looked at as it's impossible initially,
Yeah.
but I care enough. I care enough long, not just enough in terms of amount, but long enough also for it to turn into reality. May not be the version I saw in my head at the beginning of the journey, but it eventually became a version of what I set out to do, and that was enough, right? So uh, that makes it all worth it in terms of like getting up every morning, because it's not the money really. It's
Yeah.
yes, it's the money comes along. I mean, it comes along here and there, but money you earn, you also spend.
That's true.
It's just a figure. It's to me, money is just a concept or a tool to create more possibilities. Because I always seen it as that, oh, I earn extra. What can I do with this? Can I turn it into reinvest it back to the business so that I can have new potential, new possibilities? Or should I turn this into a holiday so it becomes new memories, new experiences? So I always just saw money as just a tool to translate into
Other value.
other values, other like possibilities and things like that. So I never really cared so much about that part of it. And to me, any job that you do brings some form of that concept of money to you.
Yeah.
So that's not very important to me. So the most important thing is really people, and then creating a place, a vehicle, a business, where it allows people to really turn what matters to them into possibilities, and possibilities into reality.
Yeah. I
So
love that, right? Because I remember when I was in junior college and we're having this career fair, right? So one of the head doctors of the NUS hospital came and say, if you are here to earn money by choosing this doctor trade, say that's the worst way to earn money.
Yeah.
You'll probably earn more if you work in McDonald's. So they compare per hourly rate and the amount of time you need to invest in learning this craft and holding it until
Yeah.
you earn your first pot of gold.
Yeah.
He's saying
Yeah.
that it's more profitable to do it at McDonald's.
I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, like even investment bankers, right? You look at IBs, right? Like my friends, I have friends that are in investment banking, and I studied banking and finance because I wanted to be an investment banker when I was younger,
I see.
right? In my early 20s, just like any typical Singaporean guy, right? Or Singaporean, right? Like you either go finance or you go be a doctor or whatever it is.
Yes.
And they seemingly might look like they bring home a big paycheck, but the number of hours they spend at their job, if you divide it down, right, it's about the same lah. As a regular let's say banker or whatsoever, it's about maybe more, but the amount of time they spend to also to get the qualification,
Yeah.
and the amount of pressure they also that they have to face at work,
Yeah.
it all adds up.
Yeah.
So I think everything has a price to pay, and it's just whether or not you're willing to pay the price. So when people see it, it's like, wow, you're doing very well because you're earning a lot, or you seem like you're very successful and all that. That's why I said earlier, I when people say it, I mean, I don't truly relate to that word success, because I know inside in my heart the price I've been paying to have that, and it's a super high price.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
then,
absolutely.
do I feel successful? I don't know how to feel about it. I paid
Right.
that price, ma. So then you get what you pay for, lah. If you
Yeah.
pay that amount, you sacrifice that amount, and you get that, then okay, lah. It's just business as usual. Then just
Yeah, maybe because the word success feels like a final destination,
Yeah.
like a fruit that you are trying so hard to reach, right? But
Yeah.
ultimately, it's about you knowing that you have paid the price,
Yeah.
you knowing that you have put in the sacrifices, and that is literally what you get in return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a journey. It's not
It's
so
a
much
journey.
of a destination and a fruit of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think my last time my mentor also mentioned like success to everyone means different, right? So then sometimes when you say success, do you mean monetary? Do you mean name? Do you mean reputation? Do you mean impact? Like
Yeah.
there's like so many things to it. So
Exactly.
when someone just throws up, oh, you're so successful, you're like, which aspect?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
So I mean these are things that I tend to ask myself or people ask, right? Like what is success to you then? Because you say you don't feel it. It means that you probably haven't achieved it in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
My own definition of it. So I mean for me, I thought about this many times, many years already. And at the end of the day I come to this conclusion that what I'm really seeking in life is freedom, like true freedom, freedom to do like whatever that I want without guilt. I felt guilt for so long already. Like I said, the responsibility that you carry when you're running a business, it's like you're in your own prison. So if you ask me what I really, really seek, right, is to get out of this prison and just be free. Finally, one day,
Right.
I'll be done with it. Freedom, it's because people say, "Oh, do you mean financial freedom?" It's not that.
That's the last thing we were talking about.
Yeah,
Part, right?
like if you, honestly speaking, if you let's say you earn 5K a month, you have 5K lifestyle lah. You have 10K a month, you have 10K
10K
lifestyle.
lifestyle,
If you earn
absolutely.
20K, you 20K lifestyle. There's no end to it, and there's really no end to the financial part, right?
Yeah.
Freedom is in the mind. It's ultimately the mindset. So that's what I really, at the end of the day, seek for, lah, to be able to do what I want. Not that I don't want to work anymore, but to do things that allows me to no longer feel that immense pressure of being in this cage of needing to answer the people. People will say, "Hey, but you are the boss of a company. You answer who?"
Yeah.
Well, you know, no idea, man. It's like you need to answer to a lot of people, all your partners, clients, and everybody. Everyone looks at you and asks for a solution.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
like, you're like Siri, like ask Siri. You're like now ChatGPT. Last time it used to be like you're like Google search bar. Everybody come to you, hey, Hao Ming, what this? Then you need to have answer.
Yes.
Then now, yeah. So you expected to know. If you don't know, then they'll be like, how come you don't know? It's like very stressful, right? It's like how, like, yeah. But so that's what it is. So that's what I really ultimately seek.
Reminds me of a joke because last time I think there was someone who once said, I don't like to answer to my boss, so I become my own boss. I'm like, well, now you're going to be answering to way a lot more people.
All
Exactly.
your clients are your bosses.
Correct. In fact,
More bosses for you.
you feel like your employees are also your bosses because
Yeah.
you care about their livelihood. You care about what goes on in terms of their growth and everything. So then you become a somebody that you feel like you need to mentor, need to nurture, need to take care of them, and things like that. So I don't feel like I'm the boss of the company. I feel like it's more them first than me. But then again, over the years, I start to evolve into more servant leadership, and then now I'm moving towards like what I feel like instead of being a business owner, but being a business steward, where actually it's just that the business, the vehicles is in my care right now. So I'm the steward to the business, where it's my job to make sure that this vehicle gets to where it's set out to get to, the
Yeah.
destination, and along this ride, you bring as many people across the finishing line with you. And that's becomes my own mission to it, right? Yeah.
I would like to take a break here, right? I think we have gone really deep into the mindset of entrepreneurship and some of the dark side of entrepreneurship that is not often talked about, especially when it comes to the mental wellness of
Yeah.
CEOs and leaders, right? So I really love the line where you said this, where money is a concept, money is a vehicle, and I want to use this to turn it into possibilities. And I feel that at the root of it, that is actually what Louken does.
Yeah.
Right, so in the next part, we will spend our time to talk about what gave Hao Ming the repeatable success in the many ventures that you have done today, and what can we look forward to the works of Louken. See you soon.